Here at home, new information on the man accused of attacking an elderly woman during a home invasion in Mililani Monday night.
Court records show the suspect had recently been released after serving years in prison for stabbing to death his neighbor.
Taksin Kirstoth was sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole after he confessed to killing his neighbor in 2011.
But he became a free man about a year ago after that sentence was overturned. Investigative reporter Allison Blair uncovered more on his release.
Court records show the decision to overturn the case hinged on a language barrier. The state Supreme Court ruled that a judge didn't do enough to make sure Taksin Kirstoth understood the rights he was giving up when he pleaded guilty to murdering his neighbor. September 10th, 2011, police responded to a murder in Kalihi. Officers captured Taksin Kirstoth just minutes after he allegedly stabbed his neighbor in the back during an argument at Mayor Wright Homes. Records show the then 21-year-old pleaded guilty to the crime and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. He later withdrew that confession, and in 2016, the state Supreme Court overturned his murder conviction, saying a language barrier may have prevented him from fully understanding his rights.
In the defendant's first murder case, he did not speak English. He didn't read or write. He was represented by a public defender who utilized a Chucky's interpreter. And they worked a plea negotiation with the prosecutor's office. The problem with that was that he wasn't on board with it.
Legal expert Victor Baque says at that point, it was incumbent on the prosecutor's office to allow him to withdraw his plea and go to trial.
Instead, they sat back, took no position.
After the state Supreme Court reversed Kirstoth's conviction,
the prosecutors ended up having a much harder time prosecuting, and instead of trying him on murder, they ended up cutting a deal to assault.
In a statement, the Department of Public Safety says he was released from Halava Correctional Facility in September 2021 after completing his full 10-year sentence. Now Kirstoth is the suspect in another violent attack. On Monday, he allegedly broke into a house on Aviki Street. He's accused of beating a 77-year-old woman and throwing her down the stairs of her Mililani home. Minutes prior, he's believed to have broken into another home next door.
You know, this is just disgusting.
The retired HPD deputy chief says too often innocent people are being hurt at the hands of repeat offenders.
It's frustrating for the police, it's frustrating for the prosecutors, and it must be terrifying for the public that this happens all the time.
Kirstoth remains in jail tonight. His bail is set at $100,000. Allison Blair, Hawaii News Now.